Hello knitters! A while ago I posted a video showing you how to do a twisted 1x1 rib by knitting both your knits and your purls through the back loop, and I had a couple of questions in the comments on how with people having difficulty with doing it when they were knitting in the round. So I went back to my knitting and I looked a few things up, tried a few things out, and I think I figured it out. So I thought I would just make another video about it. So the twisted rib is like this. It's like it looks similar to a 1x1 rib, but it's a little bit neater and it's also reversible. Now this one for the sleeves I did knitting back and forth, which you can see in my previous video, and here at the neckline I actually knitted it in the round, and as you can see it's the same effect and also reversible. So I'll show you now how to do it knitting in the round. I'm using double pointed needles because I don't have any circular needles short enough. I prefer circular needles. So to demonstrate, I've already casted on stitches, an even amount of stitches, and I've already done a couple of rows. So as you can see, it's the same on both sides. What the trick is, I think, is to make sure that it is uniform, that you're always twisting it in the same way. It'll depend on the positioning of your stitches. And with positioning, I mean, I'm going to, for this video, I'm going to call this the right leg and this the left leg of your stitch. It'll depend on how it's presenting, whether the right leg is in front or in the back of your left needle. This can vary from person to person, from knitter to knitter, because how it presents itself depends on how, when you knitted or purled the stitch in the previous row, it depends on how you wrap your yarn, either like this or in the other direction. It can change how it presents itself. So I'm going to show both sides of both ways, depending on how you wrap your yarn. What I do to make sure that I have a nice, even, uniform rib is I always want the right leg, whether or not it's a purl or a knit stitch, I want the right leg to be in front of the left needle. You can see here, if my camera would finally focus, the right leg is to the back of the left needle. I don't want that, I want it to the right. So without knitting or without doing anything with it, I just slip it off and I slip it back on with the right leg in front. So now I can just, through the back loop, knit it, and there you are. You can see it's slightly twisted. Here for the purl stitch, again, the right leg is to the back. I don't want that, so I'm just going to slip it off and slip it back on with the right leg in front. My yarn in front, I'm now going to go through the back loop, there you are. Now with this knit stitch, as you can tell, because I've already placed a couple of these stitches as an example, the right leg is already to the front of the left needle, so it's already in its place. I just have to go through the back loop. Here again, there's this purl stitch. The right leg is already in front, so I don't have to switch it, don't have to move it. I can just immediately purl it through the back loop. Here I'm checking the right leg is to the back of the left needle, so I'm just going to take it off and put it back with the right leg in front of the left needle, and then twist, knit it. Here again, the right leg is to the back of the left needle, so I'm going to slip it off, slip it back, and then knit through the back loop. There we are. The right leg is to the front, so it's okay. You can immediately just go knit it through the back loop. Right leg is in front, so it's in the correct position, or in the easy position. Go through. My needle is slipping. Go through the back stitch. This is why I prefer circular needles, less needles to fuss with, but we'll manage. Eventually. There we are. And here, for all the twisted knits, right leg is in the correct position, through the back loop. Here, the right leg is to the back of the left needle, so it's not in the correct position, so I'm just going to change that. Now I can more easily knit through the back loop. And there you have it. So that is how I always do a very uniform twisted rib, because I make sure that the positioning of each stitch is always in the same way. I get to twist it each time, whether I'm knitting back and forth or in the round. I keep twisting it in the same direction, so you get a lovely uniform look. And there you are. If you have any more questions, drop them down in the comments. I hope this clears things up. If it did, please give me a like, and you can always subscribe if you want. Bye.